When we stop fighting so much with our wounds, by and by we find presence in them. We find a deeper presence in them, and that presence becomes the healing that then we take into the world. But as long as we're just keeping the wounds at bay, as though they're the enemy of our freedom, then nothing ever really changes. So we go round and round in circles. So this is an invitation to embrace the wounds, to find a deeper presence in the wounds, to be with the wounds, and thereby transmute their energy from negativity to love, in effect. To be the wounded healer is not to wait until all the scars are erased, but to recognize that the very cracks in our being are doorways to love's deeper flow. Our wounds are not signs of failure or weakness. They are the places where life has carved us open, where tenderness is born. When we dare to embrace what hurts, without turning away, those same wounds become a source of compassion and wisdom. The gift of the wounded healer is not perfection, but presence. The willingness to stand in the fire of our own humanity and, by doing so, offer light to others who walk through theirs. It's an important shift, and I know everybody's heard of the wounded healer, and I'm not going to make a meal of that idea, that mythological kind of idea here, but I am going to say that it helps to constantly remember that the wounds that we carry are not the enemy to our freedom. The wounds are the entryways, the entry points, the doorways to the light of our presence, which is love. It is our humanity. The wounds are our humanity. That's what they are. They integrate us. Our healing doesn't come from the perfection, and our healing doesn't come from fixing, and our healing doesn't come from pushing away. So at some point, these wounds that hurt so much, whatever they are, have to be accepted as such and lived from in a way that says, yes, there's wounding, yes, there's hurt, yes, there is pain, yes, there is all of this stuff that I've experienced or I am experiencing, because this is not just about past wounding, but about current pain, current hurts. The current, what's happening now. It's in the now. The entry point is in the now, not in the past and not in the future. The entry point to our humanity, to the deeper grace, to the deeper humility, to the deeper presence is through the wound in the now. This is so important to understand and to experience, because mostly we're caught in the emotional mind that wants to fix it all, that wants to escape it all ultimately, that says, when this happens, or when I let go of this, and when that happens, or when this gets sorted out, then I'll be okay, and then I'll be able to embrace what he's talking about. But not now, not now, not now. And so we don't, because there's always a reason not to. There's always a great reason to not embrace ourselves and our wounds, always, of course. But the fact is, we're always in the now. We're always facing the same door. We're always facing the same wounds. We're always facing the same trouble, but we're always facing the same opportunity. Always. Because the opportunity only ever arises in the now. There's not a whole list of opportunities. There's only one opportunity. That opportunity is here. To embrace, to soften, to become present, to feel the wound, to feel what is carried. I mean, my God, if I was still fighting my woundedness, my brokenness, my past, my grievances, my anger, my regret, my, etc., etc., there'd be no showing up for this. There'd be no showing up to speak to you at least an attempt at authenticity, at least an attempt at genuine communication. There wouldn't be this. But it's not because I've solved the problem. There's been a deepening. There's been a deepening into the acceptance of my humanity as it is, as it was, everything that's led me here, everything that's contributed, all of the crazy stuff that I did, the years of illness that I went through, the wounds still carried, the tenderness in the body, the vulnerability in the body, the pain in the body, the sensitivity, the radical sensitivity. All of it contributes to who I am. And in that sense, I did become the wounded healer. Only I don't call myself a wounded healer. I don't think of myself as a wounded healer. I don't think of myself at all. I don't think of myself as anything. I haven't got a name anymore for what I am or what I do. I just do what I do and say what I'm saying and just do the best that I can. But if there was a sort of, a kind of, well, are you speaking from your wounds? Well, I'm not speaking from my wounds, but the wounds are included in my humanity and in my spirituality. They're not separate from what I'm doing. I'm not trying to speak from some other place. So everything is included. The brokenness, the perceived brokenness, stops being brokenness when it's included in the totality, when it's included in the wholeness of us. It stops being perceived as a brokenness. That's strange, huh? It's the Achilles heel of us. The Achilles heel is our essential humanity. For some it's worse. For some it's more difficult. But still there's the same call. Because the idea of any perfection in our humanity is absurd. We grow in these gnarly ways. We grow in these, bendy, twisty, impermanent ways that have wounds and hurts that happen to us, like trees in the forest. And so we are called to accept, love the way we grow, the way we've grown. Love the way we've grown. And love the way we're growing. There's a depth and a beauty in that. So accept the brokenness, love the brokenness. Embrace the brokenness to the best of one's capacity. That's all we have.